In the 1980s, I was involved with the very first program to support the Joint Special Operations Command, which consists of units you might have heard of, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, and other organizations that really are the front edge, of our war on terror.
And what about Australia's RTI course? What can you tell me about that?
Well, I was very fortunate, Jackie, to become an Air Force officer in Australia, and I was hired in February of 2001 to come here and start up the defense simulation program. And when I first arrived in Australia, I found that there really wasn't anything going on in resistance to interrogation, so I was very curious as to why they had shut down the program several years prior. And I was really privileged to be able to go to the commandant of the Defense Intelligence Training Center, and in concert with him I was helpful to start back up to reinvigorate the resistance to interrogation program even before 9/11 happened.
So you're one of the authors of Australia's RTI.
I was the author and participant in the early stages of the resistance to interrogation program in Australia, and I've lost track with actually how it's developed since then. However, I'm keenly aware of what should be done with regard to resistance to interrogation training.
Now, you've met Evan Donaldson, which you're quite aware of. I know you've spent a long time, quite a few days with him. How do you feel about the situation that he's been through when it comes to the resistance and training interrogation?
Well, initially at the end of last year, I was very curious as to why this person would have had the things that he apparently says happen to him during the training, which was very curious to me. And I've had a chance just this past week to spend a few days with Evan, his wife, and a small child. And I've gone through, I'm a private investigator, I've taken courses in forensic research, and he's got quite a pile of evidence that supports his claims. And as I understand it, even just this morning, the Australian Federal Police has had a chance to spend time with him to go over that 3 binders of data that he has. And I agree that he has certainly the justification to go in and question what's going on today.
So do you have concerns in the way the military in Australia is conducting its resistance to interrogation training now?
Well, indeed I do, Jackie. I'm very concerned, not only because I believe very strongly that the incident that happened with Trooper Donaldson certainly gives an indicator that something is amiss, is happening here that should not be happening, potentially. And it's not amazing for me to hypothesize about difficulties in resistance to interrogation today, because look what happened in America. The 2 psychologists for the resistance to interrogation program that I worked in and knew intimately, they created the Bush-Cheney torture program. So for me, I'm all cat nervy, because to me, I'm very intuitive, and there's something afoot in this whole area that should have very professional instructors that are resistance to interrogation instructors, not interrogators.
So do you believe that there should be a Senate investigation into these claims by Trooper Donaldson?
Well, I know for a fact that anytime there's resistance to interrogation training, everything is captured on video. Certainly giving all due diligence to protecting the rights of the individuals that might be in these videos, in closed session, of course, that just like any claim of abuse that goes on in defense, we should inquire as to what happened, as well as what is the playing field that is within the standards of training that is in the defense instruction that I helped write in 2001. Let's see exactly what the playground is and what the rules of engagement are,